Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing out my NBA Jam session on March 4th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com and click that premium picks tab. If you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every month, man, click that link in the description. Takes you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you can also find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, seasonal, yearly. That's where you can find all my bets for today's action. NBA loaded college hoops card today, man. So I definitely got some college hoops in there, man. I know I don't do a video, as my guy Ron Romanelli does the video for us here on the channel, but I do bet it, man. So y'all can go over there and find my best bets in that link in the description. And you can find that $15 NBA Jam session play there as well, man. We have been red hot, man. We've hit 6 of our last 7. We've hit 4 in a row. We go for 5 in a row tonight, 7 of our last 8. Cashed out last night on the Denver Nuggets, man. Love to see that, man. They continue to be dominant on their home floor. The Grizzlies continue to struggle out on the road. We love the Grizzlies at home, man. On the road, we fade them. Nuggets, the Golden Rule, we don't fade the Nuggets on their home floor. We took them last night, cashed out. Want to keep all the momentum rolling forward into tonight, man. We have smashed the weekends over the last 2 months or so. Want to try to do that again, man. Really great week in the NBA this week, man. Let's try to keep it rolling, man. 6 games tonight. Let's smash it per usual. Let's make some money tonight. And without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. Hey, before I get out of here, too, be sure to check out my live show tonight, 3 Eastern. 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Yeah, and follow me on Twitter. Without further ado, let's hop right in to tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Washington Wizards, man. We just saw this basketball game 2 days ago. Same line. Total's a little off. I think that one was 224, so they dropped it about 2 points. But we're still looking at the same line. Toronto laying 1.5 on the road, man. And I'm going to the same place I was in the first one. I'm going to take the Wizards again on the money line, man. As I said in that video 2 days ago, trusting Toronto to get a win on the road is just not a place I want to be, man. It's just not. You know, they're still a above 500 basketball team, and expecting them to go on the road and get wins is just not somewhere I want to be. I've said for majority of the season, in these home and home type situations, the team that wins the first one typically has turned around and did it again in the second one, man. The Wizards are getting back healthy, man. All their guys are in there tonight. Their main guys, at least. Kuzma, Beal, Porzingis. I think they got a slight edge, especially being at home against the Toronto team, man. I'm going back to the well. I'm taking the Wizards on the money line. I've been saying that I know Toronto came out of the break playing good basketball, and they were playing decent basketball heading in, but in that same breath, they really weren't playing anybody. I could make the argument that outside of Cleveland, this Washington team might be the best team that they've played in this little stretch, man. So I'm leaning Washington. They probably beat them again on their home floor, man. They just did it the other day by 11. I see nothing has really changed. They probably do it again on their home floor. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Detroit Pistons out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Cleveland is laying 14.5. And total is 220, man. The lean in this game is definitely Cleveland. Do I have the stomach to lay the 14.5? Oof, it's a lot of lumber, man, especially for a team that's lost 4 of its last 5. But I do think they probably get this one done, man. We've seen them hammer this team a few times already this season. 113-85 on the 8th of February in Cleveland. So, you know, that was a game where they did it. The first one was 112-88 on the 4th of November. That game was in Detroit. And the second one was 102-94 on the 27th of November in Detroit as well. Cleveland's at home where they go stupid, dummy, crazy, man. This should be a bounce-back game for them. I know they've lost 4 of their last 5, man. We can go through it right quick. They lost to Boston out on the road. It's not the end of the world. The best team in the NBA. The one loss on this in his last 5 that I don't like is his loss on the road to Atlanta, 136-119. That's a terrible loss for the Cavs in that one. They lost to the Sixers out on the road, 118-112. Not the end of the world. Lost at home to the Denver Nuggets, 115-109. Not the end of the world. The Nuggets, the best team in the Western Conference. So, you know, and they hammered Toronto on their home floor, 118-93, not that long ago. I do think they probably hammer this Detroit Pistons team. The Pistons have been terrible here recently. They've been covering some spreads, but I don't think that's the case tonight, man. They're pretty much packed it in for the season. They're sitting pretty much everybody. No Bojan, no Alec Burks. Looks like RJ Hampton day-to-day. Isaiah Stewart's not playing. What are we doing here? The lean is definitely Cleveland. Do we have the stomach to lay the 15 points is the question. I do think they get it done. Laying 15, man, is crazy. But they probably get it done, man. I do think Cleveland, if there's one team at home that should be laying 14.5 and could cover that 15.5 or 14.5 in a bounce back get right spot, it should be the Cleveland Cavaliers. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Miami Heat. Miami laying 1.5, total 225.5. Man, was that a heartbreaker last night with the Miami Heat, bruh. So I know a lot of y'all don't watch my late afternoon show, and a lot of y'all don't follow me on Twitter. But so yesterday on the jam session in the morning, I did take the Knicks. As you know, I love fading Miami on their home floor. It's my favorite spot all year. We faded Miami on their home floor all season long. As the day progressed, man, I tweeted out on Twitter, man, I had a gut feeling that Miami was showing up to play. And I did, man. I had a gut feeling they were going to show up to play, man. So I did flip. And when I flipped, I probably should have just grabbed the points with Miami, the 3.5 at the time, or the 3. I took them on the money line, man, and what a heartbreaker that was. Julius Randle is not like that. I will die on that hill. He is not like that, bruh. That was, man, hey, Julius Randle with the dagger. If you didn't see that, man, that's a good watch. Go watch Julius Randle hit the shot of his life. He will never hit that shot again, man. But that's on me, man, for taking the Miami Heat, the team that I always fade on their home floor, man. They covered the line, which was 3 because they lost by 2. And but they did not get the win on their home floor. And I looked like they were going to, man, and Randall hit that dagger. That one hurt, man. Kept us from a sweep last night, bro. We almost swept back-to-back days in a premium area. It's all good, though. Back to regular schedule programming tonight, though. We're taking the Hawks on the money line, man. We're not going to overcomplicate this one. Back to fade in Miami, man. Gave them an opportunity last night. They could not pull it off. They are in desperation mode. I will say that. That was a huge reason why I kind of liked them yesterday. The Heat are in desperation mode, meaning, and I really don't like fading teams in desperation modes. I know the Heat are a bad cover team, but the Heat are still a pretty good team. And good teams in desperation mode, man, are teams that are usually in bet-on situations. But I faded Miami all year. The Hawks are also kind of in desperation mode, so it's kind of a wash. I like what I seen from the Hawks in their game last night, man. They won that one 129-111, man. Not last night, but was that last night? Yeah, that was last night against Portland. 129-111. Absolutely hammered those guys, man. The Hawks, they've actually been playing good basketball. They've won 3 of their last 4. Came out of the break playing really good basketball, man. The Heat have lost 4 of their last 5. I do lean Hawks getting themselves a road win. The Hawks did win the last matchup 121-113 on the 16th of January in Atlanta. The Miami Heat won the first one 106-98. Heat struggling right now, man. They did try to make a push there in the end to come back and get that one, but we're back to regular schedule programming, man. We can't take the Heat on their home floor. We're going to fade them. Give me the Hawks on the money line here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, I know I said the other one was the game of the night. I was lying. This is the game of the night, man. I'm excited for this one, man. We got the Wembanyama sweepstakes game, man. 2 of the best teams in the NBA, man. The Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs, man. This game could very well decide the finals, man. Whew. I'm lying when I just said all that, bro. Come on, man. Do y'all really want me to bet this game? I'm not betting that Wembanyama sweepstakes game, man. You're asking to get your money took. It's a 50-50 type game. Flip a coin, decide which side you want to be on. That's how I feel. We got the Spurs as home dogs after winning 2 games in a row to the Houston Rockets, who haven't really won anything. The Spurs, we've seen them win the 2 previous matchups this season. They won the first one, 118-109 in San Antonio, and then they won the second one in dominant fashion, 124-105. But still, we got Houston here as favorites on the road. It felt weird, really, really weird, typing in Houston. I don't think I've typed Houston in all year as I'm changing my graphics in the morning before I do the show. It felt really weird typing in Houston and then putting -1.5. That felt weird, man. I don't think Houston has been favored all season, so, just an interesting game. I'm not betting this game, y'all. I'm just talking about it. I'm not betting it. I promise you I'm not. If I were to lean anywhere, I'd probably lean with the books and taking the Rockets on the 1.5. Why are the Rockets favored? Against a team that, both of these teams are similar, the worst teams in the NBA. But what we've seen is the Spurs have now won 2 games in a row, back-to-back games. And they're at home where they've, and they're at home. They already beat this Rockets team twice this season. Why the Rockets favor, man? I don't know. It's one of those games, bro, where I just don't know, man. I'm not going to bet it. For my real degenerates, I do lean Rockets, bro. But please, bro, ask yourself, is this a place? Is this a game? With all the college basketball, with the NBA we have today, is this where you want to put your money? No. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got a really, really, really good game, man. I am excited to watch this one. Game of the night by far, man. We got the hottest team in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks, on a 16-game winning streak. I believe it's 16. It's 15 or 16. One of the two. At the crib, laying 5 points on the Philadelphia 76ers, man. Could be a Eastern Conference preview. Could be a second-round preview. Yet to see, man. I think these are definitely, though, 2 of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference. Hell of a game we got going on here tonight, man. We got the Sixers, who did win the last meeting, 110-102 in Philly, man, on the 18th of November. The Bucks won the first meeting 90-88 on the 20th of October. Interesting matchup we got here, man. If I'm being honest, I know the Bucks are red hot. They've won 15, 16 straight, but I think today is the day it comes to an end. We're taking a shot. We're taking the Philadelphia 76ers on the money line, man. I think they go into Milwaukee and end this winning streak, bro. I'm calling it right now. Philly, stand up, bro. Y'all got dead in here in Dallas in y'all last one, bro. It's time to bounce back. It's time to bounce back, man. Y'all better go on the road and bounce back here, man. I think Milwaukee drops this one. I know Philadelphia hasn't been playing great basketball. They've only won 2 of their last 5. Lost in Dallas. They did beat Miami in Miami. They lost to them the game before that with no Embiid. Lost to the Celtics. So, not bad losses for the Sixers, man, but I do think they need a bounce-back game. Perfect spot to do so against, a team that you definitely need to show up against in the Milwaukee Bucks, the hottest team in basketball. Perfect game to prove a statement, man. I think we see a nice game from James Harden today. I think Embiid comes out with fire in his eyes, and I think the Sixers, for the second straight game, beat the Milwaukee Bucks and end their winning streak, man. I know it sounds crazy. I know Milwaukee is red hot, man. Think it happens tonight. I'm taking the Sixers on the money line, man. I do think they go into Milwaukee and pull this one out. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment, man, out on the road facing the Sacramento Kings, man. Light the beam, man. The Kings laying 5.5, total 238. Both teams are on back-to-backs, man. The Kings got themselves another win last night, man. They have now won 5 straight. They did not cover against the Clippers, but they did get the win, man. 128-127. Minnesota last night, they got the win as well on the road against the Lakers team, man. 110-102. They've now won back-to-back as they beat the Clippers the game before that, 108-101, man. So, interesting game here. But y'all know where I'm going. I'm fading the House of Disappointment. Let's light the beam. Come on, Sacramento Kings, man. Let's keep it rolling, man. I'll admit when I'm wrong, man. Coming out of the All-Star break, I said this Kings team was due for some aggression, man. I guess they were watching my videos. I guess they heard that, and they said, all right, watch this, man. And they've came out hooping. Out of the All-Star break, they've won, 4 straight? No, out of the All-Star break, they've won 5 straight. They beat Portland, L.A., Oklahoma City twice, and the Clippers. So they came out, won 5 straight, and pretty much put themselves in position to sew up that 3rd seed in the Western Conference, man, as everybody else underneath them has been struggling. So the Kings, I like what I've seen from them coming out of the break. They're still at home in this one, no travel for them. I know they did not get the cover last night, but I do think they're the better team, and I'm going to lay the points with them here in this one. I think they like the beam tonight. The Kings did win the last matchup, 118-111 on the 30th of January. That one was in Minnesota. That game did go to overtime as well, but still a nice win for the Kings. And the Timberwolves won the first meeting on the 28th of January, man. So this was a home-and-home situation. The Timberwolves actually did win the first one, 117-110. I like the Kings here, man. I think they continue rolling. The House of Disappointment, They did get themselves a nice win last night. This is going to be their fourth straight road game, though. And they got two nice wins against the Lakers and the Clippers, man. They needed both of those. They're now above 500, and they might sneak their way into the playoffs if other teams keep playing, like the Clippers and stuff like that. But I do lean Kings, man. I think their offense just might be too much for the Timberwolves tonight. They probably could explode for some points, man. They've been scoring over 123 in their last 5, man. The Kings are rolling right now. I'm not sure if the Minnesota Timberwolves can keep up with that scoring output. I like the Kings, man. Let's light the beam tonight, as I do think they get this one done on their home floor. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on March 4th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Click that link in the description. Takes you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, seasonal, yearly. That's where you can find all my bets for today's action, man. NBA, college hoops, as we got a loaded college hoops card. NHL, if I'm active in that today, so got a lot of action over there, man. Check that out, man. And you can also find my $15 NBA Jam Session play over there as well, man. We are red hot on that play. We've hit 6 of our last 7 on that play. Had a winner last night with the Denver Nuggets, man. Love those guys on their home floor, man, as they just be printing us money, man. They took care of the Grizzlies, who are terrible on the road, man. We love the Grizzlies, like I said yesterday, man, but not in that spot, not on the road, not against the best home team in the NBA, in the Denver Chicken Nuggets, man. Cashed out. We go for 7 of our last 8 today, 5 in a row, man. I love today's play as well, man. Hop on, just $15, man. Let's continue rolling. Let's try to stay hot in the NBA, man. We've had a nice week. Let's try to keep it rolling. It's the weekend where we've been hot, man, over the last 2-3 months or so. Let's keep that momentum rolling forward, man. Let's close out this NBA season on a hot note, bro. Let's continue stacking units. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll talk to y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments. Oh, I will be live tonight, man, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, as I'll run through the card one more time. Should have a guest as well, man. So check me out there. Follow me on Twitter as well. Let's make some money tonight, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, and I'm out. Peace.